106 R&B and throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader. This is The Morning Rise. Now broadcasting weekdays from 6 to 10 on 106 R&B and throwbacks.
Good Monday morning and welcome to The Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. The viewing audience, listening audience has been here for a little bit of time now. We kind of got in a little bit late this morning. That's okay. It happens sometimes. It's all good. But we are here and we are going to get into some of our topics today with this Mental Health Monday. So let's get into it. I saw a couple of things that I may want to go over today. We'll see how everything flows. But yeah, I saw a couple of things I may want to get into. So let's just get right into them. Now, main topic that I wanted to get into today. This was my main topic. Again, I did see another topic that is making its rounds. It is making its rounds, and I have heard people talk about it. So I want to really get into it. I think this one may actually be this one may actually be a little bit of a, I think this one may actually be a little bit of a good topic to talk about, because I think that it really is going to open a lot of eyes. It's really going to open a lot of eyes. This one that I just came across very recently, but we'll come back to that. So I wanted to talk, and this is actually kind of funny. I think this is hilarious. Really, I don't know how this is a thing, and you guys know that my doggone phone is going to ring. And first of all, let me just say before I do that, so I'm looking at my arm, right? So let me just say, like, yesterday I almost had one of those really comical moments, because I was, we decided to put some food on the grill, as our people say, because our people love to grill. So we decided to put some food in the grill, and I was trying to get the fire to come up, and it was kind of like Eddie Murphy in Delirious. Get out of here! You don't know about the fire. Get out of there! That's a fire there. Like, I had a moment where I had a that's a fire moment. I mean, I'm surprised I still have eyebrows. I'm surprised I still have a beard. I don't have any hair on top of my head. Thank God, because I was sitting there and my fire wasn't going, and I'm like, man, why is my fire going? So, I get the lighter fluid, and I just, douse that thing up with lighter fluid and put one of the little things to get the flame in there, and then whoosh, like, it got me so bad it actually got on my arm, right? And my arm got a little bit burnt, I mean, it's funny because everybody's okay. It's funny because I'm okay. But no, for real, I got a little bit of a burn on my arm right now. And I'm looking down at my arm right now, like, oh, okay. So, yeah, so it's a little bit tender right now. But hey, it's all good. Again, you always laugh at yourself when you do something stupid that you recover from. So, and that's what I'm doing, just laughing at myself for doing something really, really stupid, almost burning my eyebrows and eyelashes off, but I didn't. And I learned a lesson, a hell of a lesson. I learned a hell of a lesson. I am not the grilling person. Doing my best to try and figure it out, but that is not where my gifting lies, as they say, as the kids say. So Now, to the topic at hand that I want to discuss. And again, this I think is just something just completely incredible. And I don't know where it comes from. You get what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what brought all this about, who was the first one to try and coin this, who tried to make this a thing, if this is really even a thing. I don't know. But what I do know is that there's this thing now that's going on, that's people doing their jobs, but doing their jobs doing just doing their jobs, just doing the bare minimum at work, right? And they've given it a name, and it's called quiet quitting. And they're saying that the millennials are doing this and the Gen Zers are doing this. They're going to work and they're and you know what? Don't even let me get to being being somebody who just sits up here and just spouts off stuff that I think I know. So let me give you guys what an actual definition is, right? Because again, they have an actual definition for this thing. Okay. Okay, so it says okay, sorry, because it took me somewhere and now I gotta log in, so nope, not doing that. Yeah, okay, somebody just wrote an article why this is nothing new, but I'm like, okay, what is quiet quitting? Okay, so I just want to make sure we all get a great understanding of this. So I just need a definition, people. Come on. Okay. All right. So what it means. Okay. Here's what it means. Okay. Another subscription. Okay. Here's what it means. Just give me a definition. Okay. And this person is 41 years old. And then new terms circulated on social media. Okay. Interesting part is that nothing's changed, right? Yeah. Okay. Gen Z. Okay. All right. Here we go. So the Jim, and I'm gonna read straight from this article. This is in the Wall Street Journal. Jim Harter, chief scientist for Gallup's workplace and well-being research, said workers' descriptions of quiet quitting align with a large group surveyed respondents that have classified that he classifies as not engaged, those who will show up to work and do the minimum required, but not much else. More than half workers surveyed by Gallup were born after 1980, 54% into this category. 50, that's just how it is. Okay, so basically, what he's saying is that quiet quitting is when people are not engaged, those who show up to work, do the minimum required, but not much else. Yeah. Anybody born after 1989 and you want to put a name on stuff, I guess you can have this. But for those of us who were born before 1989, and I was born before 1989, for those of us born before that, what this is called is working a job. Why do we have to put why do we have to give this a name? This is called, I go to work, I do what you guys pay me to do, and then I take my behind home. This is not my career. This is not my passion. This is not something that I feel anywhere connected to. This is not something that I'm gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys all of me so we can be a part of this. No. And beyond the fact that this whole thing is hilarious to me, because beyond the fact that you've got there's a definition to what this is now, when again, what it sounds like to me is that you have a job and you're working at your job. You clock in, you do your job, you go home. I mean, anybody born before 1989, like, let me know, is there anything different? Do we do something different? Because that's what I do. That's what I do. Like, I I've had a few jobs. Don't get me wrong. I've had a few jobs where I've tried to go above and beyond. I had a job where where they, after, I don't know, maybe a year after I was working there, I worked at this warehouse, and so there's only one way in and one way out, right? So you come into the warehouse, and then there's only one place for employees to park. All the employees parked, and it was a big warehouse, so all the employees went around, and then we parked around the back, right? And then we come in the door. That's the only door into the warehouse, right? That's where employees park. That's the only way in. If you got dropped off, maybe you could go through another door, only if it's open. It's a warehouse, so if any of you have worked in a warehouse, you know how that is. They actually have the machinery, the equipment, all that stuff up front. So of course they don't want to be liable for that, so they make you go around that. Okay. Now I've worked at a warehouse, and I've worked there where they created an employee of the month, and the employee of the month got a parking space. And so, of course, for just wanting to get that parking space or for bragging rights, I wanted to be employee of the month. I've worked, you guys know that most of my life I've worked in banking. Most of my adult working life, I've worked in banking. I've worked, and I guess I've done a good enough job to try to to get promotions or to get moved to other departments. But the same thing happened every time. As soon as it hit 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 3:30 sometimes, whatever the time was for me to leave, I clocked out and went home. And everybody, as far as I know, everybody who was born before 1989 did the exact same thing. So why are we acting like this is a thing? This is work. This is you working the job. Like, what makes anyone think that this is all of a sudden a thing, and then it's a problem? And now you've got people who are fixing their face to act like this is a really big problem, and to act like this is a Gen X and Gen Z problem. Not Gen X, a millennial and Gen Z problem. First of all, how is this a problem? Second of all, like, what is the expectation, right? Like, is the expectation that you're supposed to go into a job that is not that clearly is not paying you in any kind, not paying you, because paying you is why you come. That's clearly not giving you anything more than a paycheck, right? A job that is clearly not investing. That's the word I was looking for. Clearly not investing in you more than what they're willing to pay you. Nothing more. So the expectation is that me as the employee, I'm supposed to invest more into this company than they invest into me? What the hell is going on out here? Get my Vince Lombardi on. Like, you can't seriously believe that people are going to try to outwork their pay. You can't seriously believe that. And I'm sorry, like, I've never been that person. I've never known anybody like that. So I'm sorry, millennials and Gen Zers. I'm sorry. I don't want to give you credit for this, because everybody I know is like this. As a matter of fact, at that exact same job that I was just talking to you about, where, I was trying to do above and beyond so that I could be employee of the month, which I wasn't, by the way, which a lot of my team members were, but I wasn't. It is what it is. I'm not salty about it now, but I do kind of feel like, I mean, come on, bro. Come on, man. There's no way that I shouldn't have been employee of the month, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, like at that same job, at that exact same job, that's where like I said, and I told you guys the story about the crew. That's where I met the crew and, met everybody at different times. And then we've all come together and became very, very close right now. But one of the members of the crew, one of the founding members of the crew, very close personal friend of mine, kind of, like a sister to me. And that's where she said the most famous words I've ever heard anybody say. And it took some time for it to actually make sense, but it finally made sense. Where she would always say, "Oh man, don't worry about that. This ain't no real job. Don't worry about that. This is not a job. Like, this ain't no real job." She would always say that. And I've said this before and I'm saying it now. I never could understand exactly what she meant until I actually worked a real job. And I realized that wasn't a real job. And my point behind saying that is that a lot of people are out here working jobs that ain't real jobs. They just out here trying to do some hustling to get some money. And they don't want to climb the corporate ladder for a number of reasons. Number one, maybe they see what it's like for somebody to work that hard and, they're like, well, no, I think I'd rather not do that. Maybe they're like their weekends. Maybe they like their family. Maybe they just like getting off at 5. I don't know. But what the hell do you expect out of people? Do you expect them to work more than what the job description says? This is baffling. This is really one of those am I in the Matrix moments, because I don't understand what the expectation is, and I guess that's just throwing me off because I don't get it at all. Like, what do y'all want from me? Because you can't want me to work harder than everybody else and get paid less than everybody else. I've done that, been there, done that, not doing that again. That's that bull. You know what I'm talking about. So, but as you hear, we got some music that's playing right now, and we'll come back after this on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
We good. Stop. Chill. We on. Chill. Scale. Let's go. Let's go. Domingo. Let's go. Take. Let's go. Set. Let's roll. Straightening. Straightening. Yeah. Straightening. Yeah, don't nothing get strained but straightening. Don't nothing get strained but straightening. Don't nothing get strained but straightening. You don't get straight, you don't straighten it. In this game, sit back, be patient. Gang, act like the game went vacant. Act like some been taken. What? Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening. Been kicking, popping out daily. Go on the island, it's a movie I'm making. I'm counting the Neros with Robert De Niro. He telling them that you're amazing. Put that on. Get on. I bought 2 whips and I put my boot on. She put this wrist on. She factory said it went rich and meal prone. Turn a pandemic into a pandemic. You know that we on. Yes, sir. Them gon' pull up and L at this together. Won't get what you homes. I don't do the fake kicking. No. There go a rocket, it's taking it. It's a problem with you, then we straightening it. Swap out the cat, put a demon in it. Upgrade the band up, put fiends in it. I got some shooters you ain't seen with me. We're running back, I just seen tenant. We gonna get straightening. Yeah, straightening. Yeah, don't nothing get straightening but straightening. Don't nothing get straightening but straightening. Don't nothing get straightening but straightening. You don't get straight, you don't straighten it. You don't get straight if you don't straighten it. No, I'm the type to sit back and watch patient. Do a trick with the stick, it's amazing. In the bando, chopping out bacon. Lows on like I'm starring in the Matrix. I keep the cookie like my grandma made it. I get the keys and the pounds and the babies. And the bricks came white like shady. Drive the Lambo through the avenue. Pretty little with an attitude. Give a shout out to them white boys. All white rolls look radical. Keep you a 5. Don't let them take it. If they get charged, you gotta get straight. I got your op, I give them a facelift. My niggas lurking and spinning the day shift. I got them right when you see me. Rack A's. Spin back to back, it's a repeat. Spin. Championship, it's a 3-P. Shoot out the window like Drizzy and Freaky. I keep it on me, believe me. Yes, sir. I be up high where the trees be. I go and put on so much of this ice. They say don't touch me, you gon' freeze me. Straightening. Yeah. Straightening. Yeah, don't not get strained but straightening. Don't not get strained but straightening. Don't not get strained but straightening. You don't get straight, you straightening. Get my straightening. Automatic handgun like the Navy. I keep 100 round drum, ain't fading. Turn it to a mummy with a pavement. Terminate 'em with the money, it was grave. Spin an op block, rockin' by baby. Made it talk stop, made it mama hate. We were trapping at the spot, out the base. That's man in your devil, we spin on your block. Spin. I pop a perk and I'm gone berserk. And I woke up and bought me a job. Like straight to the point, I get straight to the straight. And your buddy, he can't even walk. We gutted them, nobody talk. We gutted new color, then start to fall. New trapping and hustling, beat down the wall. On with the stepper, lost our rapper. Lucky for Mac in the back of the Tesla. On with the gang, we can never be selfish. Watch how I dress, I'm the dripping professor. Saw the kill tech, then I bought a compressor. Time to press them, eat them for breakfast. Taught them a lesson, I'm never confessing. Never my message, somebody stretching. Straightening, straightening, straightening. Yeah, straightening, straightening, straightening. Yeah, don't not get strained but straightening. Don't not get strained but straightening. Don't not get strained but straightening. You don't get straight, you don't straighten it. Don't not get straightening. Yeah, don't not get strained but straightening. You feel me? I don't know what y'all think going on out there, but you know what I mean? We straight, we straight, we straight, we straight, Sue, 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 we gone.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
We're here early before they wake up. We stay late. We stay informed. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
We do this not because it's our job, but because this is about our veterans' lives. This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
Let's face it, times are still hard for many families. If you're among those struggling to put food on the table, there is no shame in asking for help, and that help is available. Sustaining Ministries Food Pantry, led by Pastor Brian Downing of Oakdale Church of God, has already given away tons of food and other necessities to families facing financial challenges. The location is 1631 Cooper Lake Road in Smyrna, and they are open Sundays from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Additionally, if you are in a position to donate supplies, your gift would mean so very much to families in need. Go to sustainingministries.com for more information.
You listen when your body says, "I'm tired," or "I'm hungry." What if your body said something else might be wrong? Gynecologic cancers, cervical, ovarian, and uterine cancers have symptoms, so pay attention. If your body says something may be wrong, please listen. If it goes on for 2 weeks, see a doctor. It may be nothing, but find out. Learn the symptoms. Get the inside knowledge about gynecologic cancers.
In the U.S. today, 2.7 million people have glaucoma. So what is glaucoma, and am I at risk? Glaucoma is a group of diseases that can damage the optic nerve and, if left untreated, can lead to vision loss and blindness. This genetic disease can affect anyone of African or Mexican descent 40 years of age and older. So make sure to schedule a comprehensive dilated eye exam every 1 to 2 years to combat this disease. And keep yourself protected today.
This message is sponsored by the Bienvenido Project in the Dominican Republic. To donate, please visit thebienvenidoproject.com. That again is thebienvenidoproject.com.
Colorectal cancer is the third most common cancer in men and women, and the second leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States. Early stages of the disease often have no visible signs or symptoms. Routine screening is the best way to reduce your risk and detect colorectal cancer at its earliest stages. Beginning at age 50, screening should be done every 5 to 10 years. The American College of Gastroenterology recommends that African Americans should begin at age 45. If you have a personal or family history of colon polyps or colon cancer, talk to your doctor about early screenings for a lifetime of care. Live healthy, stay healthy.
We are broadcasting live from our Atlanta studio. 106liveradio.com.
Cushion alcohol. I got some damn I can call. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball to the day I fall.
Yeah, long as my bitches love me, my bitches love me, my bitches love me.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck by no hate as long as my bitches love me. I could give a fuck by no hate as long as these bitches love me.
Stop hating, little chick got that fire, and they so love me like Satan, man. Yeah. Me and get about it, and all she eat is beer. She's on a strict diet, that's my baby. With no makeup, she a 10, and she the best with that hair. Even better than Corinne, she don't want money. She want the time we could spend. She said, cause I really need somebody. So tell me you're that somebody. Girl, I f*** who I want, and f*** who I don't. Got that A1 credit, that's that filet mignon. She said, I never wanna make you mad, I just wanna make you proud. I say, baby, just make me cry, then don't make a sound.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
Yeah.
I got some damn I can call. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball to the day I fall.
Yeah, long as my bitches love me, my bitches love me.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck by no hate as long as my bitches love me. Yeah, I could give a fuck by no hate as long as these bitches love me.
Brand these haters, these hoes got poops like craters. Can't treat these hoes like ladies, man. Too many we codeine, she say my dip feel like morphine. I hope my name tastes like sardines to these. She wake up, eat this, call that breakfast in bed. Then 996, I feel a heartbeat. I chest to chest with this, I turn around, face down, I'm arresting this. Yeah, all my bitches love me, and I love all my. But it's like soon as I come to my senses, and I would say these old names, but then I would be snitching, and these haters try to knock me, but they can't knock me off the hinges.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
Yeah.
I got some damn I can call. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball to the day I fall.
Yeah, long as my bitches love me, my bitches love me.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck by no hate as long as my bitches love me. Yeah, I could give a fuck, bro.
I lost a few good bitches, met some more bad bitches, and I be schooling them niggas. Pose for your class picture, and I can smell. If you hate, I'm getting nervous, so I'm skating. Yeah, I lost a few good bitches, met some more bad bitches, and I be schooling them niggas. Pose for your class picture, and I can smell. If you hate, I'm getting nervous, so I'm skating.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol. I got some damn I can call.
What's that?
I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball to the day I fall.
Yeah, long as my bitches love me, my bitches love me.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck by no hate as long as my bitches love me, my bitches love me. Yeah, I could give a fuck by no hate as long as these bitches love me.
This is 106 R&B and Throwbacks. Find us on all app stores and like us on Facebook. 106liveradio.com. You are listening into 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Yeah, and we're back right here on the Morning Rise to the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. I was just telling you guys about the crew, so I had to play the crew's theme song. Yes, that is our song. You'll have to get us off air so I can tell you why. All right, people. So, excuse me. Going back to the topic, we're talking about the topic of quiet quitting, and what it's all about, right? And I've got 2 articles pulled up here. Oh, sorry. So, never mind. Never mind. I got 2 articles pulled up here. And so we're going to talk about this quiet quitting, right? So, and so this is the Wall Street Journal article that I was talking about, and where it came out with what it means and all this other stuff, right? So, it says, and I'm just going to read straight from the article and give some perspective on this. It says that there is a young lady, Paige West, 24 years old. She said she stopped overextending herself at her former position as a transportation analyst in Washington, D.C. Let's stop right there. And man, 24 years old, a transportation analyst. I know that from just in this past year of trying to search for a job, I know that if you're an analyst of anything, I know that's a good job making a decent amount of money. So never mind. We'll have that conversation another day. But anyway, so Washington, D.C., less than a year into her job. Work stress had gotten so intense that she said her hair was falling out and she couldn't sleep. While looking for a new role, she no longer worked beyond 40 hours a week. It didn't sign up for extra training and stopped trying to socialize with colleagues. Okay, let's stop right there. Where the hell do these businesses get off thinking that people are going to work beyond 40 hours? I'm just flabbergasted at anybody thinking that, when somebody says, you know what, I'm just not going to work beyond my typical 40 hours. And people are like, all up in arms about it. I'm not going to let you use me. You use me, Skinner. You use me. Anybody who remembers the old good Simpsons, you'll get that reference. But working beyond 40 hours is crazy. And then didn't sign up for extra training and stopped trying to socialize with colleagues. I'm really feeling like there's a large part of this that has to do with what happened during the pandemic. And now everybody wants us to go back to work as usual. Guys, that ish is over. Let it go, bro. We ain't going back to that. We're not going back to that crap. You know what I'm saying? We got options now. We felt like we had no options before. We got options now. If nothing else, you know what option we do have? Not to put up with this crap anymore. I don't understand. And then getting mad at people for doing it. We should all be happy. Why do you want people to be upset and work? I don't understand this. I don't understand the people who just cannot empathize with other people on this earth. We've all been through some mess. We've all been stressed out. And we all remember how that feels. We all remember, man, that time I was stressed out when I worked that job that I hated. Ooh, I don't want anybody else to feel that way. So if somebody says I'm only giving the bare minimum until I find something else better, I applaud them. I'm happy for them. If somebody says I'm going to, I'm just going to do this to save up enough money so I can go chase my dream, that's my hero. Why do you people think And not you people, because you guys are great. But why do people think that this is a bad thing? This is a great thing. Ultimately, here's another thing that I don't understand about people. You know what I don't want? I don't want nobody who don't want to be here, right? I don't want nobody who don't want to be here and work. I don't want nobody who don't want to be here as my spouse. I don't want nobody who don't want to be here, period. As a friend, I don't want nobody at my house who don't want to be there. Like, I want to surround myself in anything I do with people who want nothing more than to be doing whatever they're doing at that moment. Like, I'm trying not to just get all, just really break the fourth wall here and give you guys all the background business. But, I hope you guys understand that I'm doing this out of love and passion. You know what I mean? I'm coming here every morning doing this because I love this and because I love doing this for you guys. It's because I want to be here. I'm not doing this, just out of obligation to feel like, oh, well, I got to give it. No. And nobody should. You owe yourself. You owe your family. There's some more good stuff in this. So let's get back to this article. There's some more good stuff. I could keep going, but again, there's some more good stuff. And there's another article that I want to get into that tries to counteract this, that really throws this whole thing off. So, and this is a quote from her. She said, I took a step back and I said, I'm just going to work the hours I'm supposed to work that I'm getting paid for. Besides that, I'm not going to go extra. That's what it says. And that's the end of the quote. Maybe go the extra mile or maybe do extra. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? And then it says that Saeed Khan, I hope I pronounced his name right, who is an engineer in New York, did a video on TikTok. It went viral. And said quitting the idea of going above and beyond. He said, and here's a great thing, and this is why I wanted to read his quote, because this is perfect. He said, you're not subscribing, he's explained the concept. He said, you're not quitting the idea of going above and beyond. You're no longer subscribing to the hustle culture mentality that work has to be your life. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's all it is. And that is beautiful. And if maybe I'm just in a state of arrested development, right? Maybe I still think I'm in my 20s. Hell, I do sometimes still think I'm in my 20s. So maybe that's what this is, right? Maybe that's why I get behind this concept. You know how many times I have quietly quit jobs? I do it all the time. And I love it. Because I'm not going to let anybody else take advantage of me. I'm not going to let somebody determine what's best for me. I'm not going to let somebody who's who really does not have my best interest at heart determine what I do and what makes me me. A lot of our forefathers and foremothers, they got their whole identity from working. But that concept is gone. And here's a great, and I told you I got another article. Here's a great article on that. And this dude, his name is Charles Passy. 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 Okay? Don't try and get me in trouble. Passy. I'm going to read his article verbatim, only for like a couple of paragraphs, but I really want you guys to get his mentality and why we all have to eradicate this, right? We all have to eradicate this. Okay, so this is, again, straight from his article. It's called Market Watch, straight from his article. The name of the article is, it's his opinion. He says, I tried quiet quitting before it was cool and regretted it ever since. Now, I'm gonna say the same thing. I tried this, and this is just me. I tried quiet quitting before it was cool, and it's the greatest thing I've ever done. Okay, so this is what he's saying. For much of my 35 years or so in the workforce, there's one of the big problems right there. I prided myself on going the extra mile, such as trying to put in a solid 8-hour day that has sometimes stretched into 10 to 12 hour days. And I've generally felt satisfied in doing so and earned some nice comments from employers along the way. But I'll never forget the time I quiet quit a job. It wasn't a happy experience. By now, you probably heard about quiet quitting. It's a buzz phrase that speaks to the idea of setting boundaries on the job, if not doing the bare minimum. The idea is that we often work harder than we need to, and we pay the price in terms of our mental, if not physical health. In my case, the idea of not giving it my all on the job came about 30 decades ago when I was in my late 20s and working in sales. Something far removed from the career I had been building as far as writing and as far as a writer and editor. But it was an opportunity recommended to me by a friend at the company. I was uncertain if it would be the right fit. And I dreaded the nearly 90-minute commute from the office to and from the office, but I frankly needed the money after the previous company I worked for folded. Once I settled into the job, I quickly realized two things. First, it was as bad a gig as I feared. Second, I could somehow stay employed without putting in much effort. So I took 2-hour lunches, used every excuse I could find to leave. Even before Seinfeld was a thing, I was auditioning for a role of George Costanza, the character who made a career out of avoiding work. Unlike George, I didn't relish my on-job idealness. However, I didn't relish my on-the-job idleness. Okay. However, if anything, I was most miserable I had ever been at that point in my life. I get that some quiet quitters, I get that for some quiet quitters, it's about asserting their need for work-life balance and avoiding burnout. And I have little tolerance for employers who ask for more without providing proper compensation and having the necessary respect for employers' lives outside of work. But I think what's being overlooked here is that work can provide purpose, and that being in a job where you're satisfied to the point you're willing, indeed eager to go above and beyond the call of duty is not necessarily a bad thing, assuming you can reasonably fit it into your schedule. Okay, so we are going to unpack that when we get back. We've got we've got some music that we got to play, so we are going to unpack this when we get back from the break. So let's go ahead and hit this music up, and then we will come back after the break, and we will, like I said, we'll unpack this on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets adversity 24/7.
Tell you twice, I'm a thief for the night. I did some wrong, but I'm always right. Said I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. If I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night. Look, if I call you babe, you babe for the day, or babe for the night. You not my wife. She wanna kill her, so all night. I wanna give me all night. AP, big rocks, in the hood with the realest. 5K on the dinner, bring 300 down to the dealer. I did some wrong, but I'm always right. Said I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. If I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night.
I'm rich, but I'm riding. I'm low on exotic. I'm about to fly out and go get me some. Nothing ain't sweet. All this money on me. On the rats in the bag, that's 100 bun. Baby OG, I've been running these streets. Got the game from the shine on my mama's son. Learned about the triple cross when I was young, and I know I ain't going, so I keep a gun. I flew to Paris just to buy some Dior. She begging for attention, I don't see her. See how people pop, I wish that you can see us. Million cash plus whenever I go real. I got some in the street won't beat me. I got the industry trying to beat me. I just go Ray Charles, they can't see me. I'm in a Rolls Royce with a
did some wrong, but I'm always right. So I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. If I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night.
Yeah, like a thief in the night. I pull up, give it for the night. Tryna be a side. We can't my seats cause they white. I'm living like Thriller, I only come out at the nighttime. She don't with liquor, don't like being tipsy. She don't do the Henny, just white wine. Pop the cork on some new Pinot Grigio. I pull up in the Porsche with a freakin'. Park the Porsche and pull up in the Lambo. I hop out Major Payne rockin' camo. Execute, make a let a man go. Like you shoot, light you up, them Rambo. Cuban link full of rocks, it's a choke. Rest in peace to the pop, make me smoke you.
I did some wrong, but I'm always right. So I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. If I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
Everton Christie, ready to assist you with all your financial goals. We move you from uncertainty and insecurity to financial freedom. Dreaming of financial independence? Or having dreams of starting a new career? Get your financial foundation built right. With services from debt management, retirement planning, personal financial strategy, life, health, and Medicare insurance planning, and so much more. Every goal begins with the very first step. Financial independence is not just a dream, it's a decision. Call or text Everton Christie at 919-218-4962 or reach out to him at www.fgconnects.com/Everton Christie. Tune in to Life Talks with Gabby and Serena every first and third Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on 106 Live Radio, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Jason Gray, and I'm inviting you to listen to The Male Perspective. Real talk for men on the second and fourth Sundays, 2 to 4 p.m. on the 106 Live Radio platform.
Get your day started with the Morning Rise and Variable Y. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. right here on 106 Live Radio, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Hey friends, I am Carter Gray, and I am inviting you to stick and stay with us on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
at the pool like a matador. Cap and a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Things come to those that wait up. But don't wait to jump in too long. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. I'm outstanding, so I stand out. More babes than a bathhouse. Top Gun, I'm a Tom Cruise. Play for keeps and I don't lose. You're more than love it, cause it's cool as a breeze. So pick a poison, yeah, I got what you need. Nonchalant, got the green on rotation all night. We gon' keep it psychedelic like a cap and a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Things come to those that wait up. But don't wait to jump in too long. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Wildin' on my haters. In my 23s having a Jordan moment. Wildin' with the paper. Ice all on my chain. I just popped 2 up, you staying up. Hanging with the gang, that's dangerous. I can fuck you with my chain, you should take a look. Yeah. Come and catch a wave, take one out my cup. Yeah. Damn the OG, yeah. Damn the police. Wildin' in SV, yeah. Moving up your street. When we on the creek, can't be sand to the beach. Ain't no day, ain't no night, make no plans, ain't no sleep. Cap and a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Things come to those that wait up. But don't wait to jump in too long. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. I was losing, but I'm better now. All games I've been wrapping up. With the dead, the bone like a matador. Right now I'm higher up in Canada. Cap and a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Things come to those that wait up. But don't wait to jump in too long. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Ooh.
Hey, this is Miss Janine, and when I am not on with the Variable Y, I am listening to The Morning Rise from 6 to 10 on 106liveradio.com.
We're back, people, right here on The Morning Rise with Variable Y, 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. Be sure to hit us up on the phone, 404-464-8785. Or, of course, you can reach out to me on social media at Variable Y 106, at Variable Y 106, and you can do that on Instagram and Twitter, and on Facebook you can reach me at Variable Y Live Radio Atlanta. So let's get back into what we were talking about, and the guy, I'm trying to find his name here, Charles. I thought it was Charles Passy was saying how he quiet quit way back when. Okay, so let's pull apart some of these things here. Okay, I don't know Charles Passy from a can of paint, right? But there does seem to be a sense of people who were who were in the workplace around Charles's time, and this real sense of like, kind of like he said in his own words, right? I don't even want to paraphrase it. So he said it in his own words. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. whatever. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I thought I could find it and just give it to you straight in his words, but I can't find it. Who cares? But yeah, there seems to be this whole sense of belonging and achievement just because you work, right? Like that seems to be a lot of people's identity is what they do for a living. And that was the case years and years ago. That was the case in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, even the early part of 2000s. But as you know, as we get more information and time moves on, we realize that, you know, what you do is just that. It's what you do. It's not who you are. And, you know, having friends at work and everything, and that's cool. And I'm definitely not knocking anybody who wants to be engaged at work. Not at all. Like, good for you. You know, hopefully, you know, you're getting something out of it. But what I am knocking is everyone acting like, if you're not engaged at work, if you choose not to be engaged at work, especially if you choose not to be engaged at work because you feel like you're getting nothing out of that, you know, it's a relationship, right? Relationships are give and take. They're back and forth. They're symbiotic. Okay. And if you're getting nothing out of that relationship, why continue to pour into it? And why get mad at people for saying, I'm not pouring any more into it? Why get mad at people for saying, I'm not going to stress myself out? Now, and not even now, because I say now when I want to change topics. I don't want to change. Or not change topics, change perspective. I don't want to change perspective. I want to stay on this for a second. Between the quiet quitting and the student loan forgiveness, one thing that I'm realizing about people, and this is why we're doomed, okay? I say it all the time when I say people doing stupid stuff, when I see people doing stupid stuff on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever, and or, you know, just anything where it's like, oh my gosh, like these people are idiots, we're doomed, right? But one reason why we're doomed, the one way that we're really doomed, the one reason why we're doomed is because empathy is dead, right? Like, people want other people to suffer like they suffer. Now, in a way, I guess I'm the same way, right? But in some aspects, but I can express why that is. Let me give you an example before we have to do top of the hour break. And I kind of want to pivot too. So let me give you an example. Let me try and get all this done. So, and it's funny because we were talking about this yesterday. My wife and I was like, yeah, you know, and we were talking to a friend and he was like, yeah, you know, because he has two boys. My sons do this, my son do that. But, you know, she gets mad whenever I try to discipline him or whatever. But she sees when I was threatening to, you know, spank him a little bit, you see things start to change, right? Things start to come together. And so I was like, yeah, man, it's something about boys, right? Like, there's, you know, little boys have hubris for the most part, right? There's almost nothing a boy doesn't think that he can do, and no situation he think he can't get himself out of, right? So it's like, so yeah, it's like, you know, and in that aspect, I understand, you know, spanking kids, you know, and I understand spanking my own kids. Now, full disclosure, I stopped spanking my kids years ago just because it's you know, it doesn't really do anything, right? Like, they still do the same stuff. So it's like, what, I have to do, beat you harder? Like, this is not making any sense. But, you know, for anybody who says, yeah, I spank kids, you'll never hear me complain about that, because when we were growing up, we got spanked. And the one thing that it stopped us from doing was whatever the hell we were doing to get spanked. Now, again, these kids are a different breed. You know, you can spank them and they still going to keep doing the same ish. So I don't know, you know, where they do that at, I don't know. But that, you know, like, it's not like I want to spank them. I got spanked. So and the sole reason for it is I just want to spank you because I got spanked. No, I feel like when I was getting those spankings, it really made me change my behavior, change what I was doing, and it made me want to not do that anymore. So that's what I'm talking about when we talk about that. Top of the hour break, and then we'll come back. Morning Rise with Variable Y, 106liveradio.com.
106 R&B and throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader. This is the Morning Rise. Now broadcasting weekdays from 6 to 10 on 106 R&B and throwbacks.
All right, so and just to put a pin in this again, like, it's not like, hey, my kid should be beat because I got beat, right? The spankings that I got, I feel like, okay, it taught me discipline. Discipline is important for all of us, especially children. You know, children need to know that there are certain things that they cannot do. And it is what it is. That's just how it is. That's how life is. There are certain things adults can't do. So, you know for sure there are things that kids can't do. I mean, they kids, like their brains aren't fully developed. Our job is to try and get them to the point where they can function on their own. And part of that is you can't do everything. And that's okay. Because guess what? If you do everything now, what the hell do you have to look forward to? So, my wanting them to, my purpose for spanking them is not because I've been spanked, but it's because the spanking taught me discipline. I feel that a lot of people nowadays just want things to happen to other people because they had to go through it. Right? Like, oh, I mean, this is like the thing on Twitter, and I'm just like, yo. There are people on Twitter who are like, well, my mom had to pay her student loan. She worked her butt off and she paid her student loan. Bro, don't tell me what your mom did. Like, did you pay for your student loan? My parents worked hard so I wouldn't have to get the student loan and blah, blah, blah. That's awesome, dude. Here's the thing. Like, how does somebody getting relief on their student loans, how does that change the fact that your parents worked hard so you didn't have to have student loans? Like, why don't you say, I'm in such a great position. I am so blessed that I had parents who didn't need any assistance, right? I'm so blessed that I had parents who had so much money that I didn't have to worry about taking out loans when I went to college. And I don't know. How about this? I'm so blessed that I didn't have to worry about taking out loans, so that when I got out of college and I applied for that car, I already had decent credit because I didn't have student loans. Or, when I tried to get that apartment, I already had decent credit because I didn't have student loans. Or what probably already happens is, I got out of college and then my parents gave me some money so I can get my first apartment, so I could buy my first house, so I can put that down payment on whatever. Like, imagine being imagine being so rich that your parents didn't have to take out student loans, yet you're complaining about people who aren't rich. You're complaining about poor people who need to take out loans just so they can go to college because we've been told to get a good job, gotta go to college. Like, what the F is wrong with y'all? This is so backwards. This is so dumb. Like, it's kind of like saying, it's kind of like saying this right here. So wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me that they're opening a Red Lobster where people can actually go in and get lobster? My parents had to fly me up to Maine to get my lobster. Like, think about how you sound, bro. So you had the benefit, you had the privilege of being able to do something that other people literally didn't have. Other people literally make less than you, so that's why they did these things to get to try and even just try and get themselves a better opportunity, and you're complaining about that. This is so baffling, dog. This is so baffling. It just doesn't make any sense. And so and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that's what this guy sounds like. He sounds like, yeah, I mean, you know, quiet quitting is cool, but what about the gratification it gives you to work? Some people don't have that, because most people aren't working in their dream job. And trust me, the people who are, I'm sure they do have it. But also, one thing that they said, and I believe, is that it's getting rid of this grind mentality, because you can have your perfect job. If you got a grind mentality to it, even that kind of chaps at your hide. You know, even that kind of grinds your gears. No pun intended. So I think this is great that people are doing. Well, let me take this back. I don't think this is anything that's new. I don't know where, you know, why everybody's losing their you know what over this, because this is nothing new. But I think it's great that people are doing it. I want everybody to do this, because I want everybody to feel like y'all don't own me. I do what I want because this is who the hell I am. And if you don't like it, too bad. You don't own me. You have rented my services for 8 hours. So you will only get my services for 8 hours. I'm not going to do anything above and beyond. And here's another thing. Here's another thing that no one is saying that is so true about everybody who is opposite of quiet quitting. Everybody who's against quiet quitting. You know, you should go into work and just want to work just to work, and then, you know, do whatever they ask you to do and go above and beyond. Why would I go above and beyond? I don't have a guarantee that anybody is going to notice that I go above and beyond. I don't have a guarantee that anybody is going to care that I go above and beyond. I don't have a guarantee that anybody is going to give me any kind of compensation for going above and beyond. So why? But why? Why would I go above and beyond? I'll wait. I'm not going to do it. You can do it if you want. And I promise this is the last thing. And you guys know my mind just starts spinning. I promise this is the last thing. You people love to talk about how much you love this country, and how you love this country because you're free, and how you love this country because you're free to make your own decisions. Number one, freedom is a myth. If you don't believe me, ask women. If you don't believe me, ask black people. Freedom is a myth, or excuse me, this country's freedom is a myth. Number two, if we are free, my quiet quitting is not stopping you from working and going above and beyond. You are more than welcome to work extra. That don't have nothing to do with me. So you are more than welcome to go above and beyond and work hard and all that jazz. Hey, again, that's got nothing to do with me, and I am happy for you if you want to do that, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. So, hey, good luck to you. Good luck to you. So, anyway, guys, that was that. I'm wanting to pivot now to another topic that I keep hearing about, and it's kind of on. It was on one of these feeds, so it's kind of gone mainstream. So I definitely want to pivot, excuse me, to this topic. I'm going to actually right now though, we're going to play some music because I want to get all the information for this topic, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about that. So let's go ahead and let's get into some music, and then we will be right back right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Okay, let the streets know. Okay, let the streets know. Okay, what's in my pocket now? Big face Honda. Just left the mall, bought everything that I wanted. I'm kinda mad with you, hater. I'm real disappointed. Cause what you didn't tell the people, I got plenty money. 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 I like my good, but all my whips foreign. Just bought another house. The last one was boring. 10,000 square feet. It feel like you touring. You dissing me. It really ain't important. Take off your shirt. I bet your ribs show. And you starving. My money overflowing. Jury game sick. Got all these doors. Catch me in the club with all they act pouring. If I ever go to prison, I'ma have plenty stories. Sleep real good, cause I ain't got no worries. Stay fresh every day, sure stay glowing. I got plenty of money, and all you know it. What's in my pocket now? Big face Honda. Just left the mall, bought everything that I wanted. I'm kinda mad with you, hater. I'm real disappointed. Cause what you didn't tell the people, I got plenty of money. I got plenty 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 money. Next month, guess what? I'm buying raffles. I'm starting to feel sorry for you, Lip. I'm pretty hot. Your career disaster. I control you. Some like your master. 65 grand. That's round the bazzer. They can rhyme me if you don't like to smell cheddar. I ain't with that shit. Geiger. Wanna know what? My money, I just married her. She been good to me. I might buy character. Ran me out the stove. I bought too many plasmas. Count so much money. Free like I got asthma. The old saying is, the more money the merrier. What's in my pocket now? Big face Honda. Just left the mall. Bought everything that I wanted. I'm kinda mad with you, hater. I'm real disappointed. Cause what you didn't tell the people, I got plenty money. 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 On the wide boat, the Bentley when I had the Maserati. What I paid for the goon chain, 140. Scared to keep money on me cause I will blow it. My strip club name is Mr. Will Throw It. Keep fire on deck and I will show it. With me and get whacked and all you need to know it. Scared to dance in the club cause my fire loaded. If you won't use it, guess what? Then don't tow it. More money the most, me more. More money than me and me keep going. Haters getting tired, my money's still growing. Ball all night, catch a flight in the morning.
We're taking you all the way back. With the greatest old school hits on 106liveradio.com.
Let's do this.
Yeah, you already know, man. It's your boy, TJ. Ain't doing no verse on my. I already killed him. Let the legend holler at you.
Yeah. I'm talking true A-Town trap. You understand that? Hit the king homeway. Hey, Trinidad, D home.
Aight, come on, big bank. All I do is get bank. Okay, hating on me, but they dang. So conceited, I don't think my stank. $400,000 on the Mustang. Come and kick it with a West Side. Think I ain't about that action, wanna bet mine. Hey, all day, thumbing through the check, mine. Boy, you broke, you can't even be a threat, mine. But when you're talking to me, say it with your chest, look. I pull up on your set and make a mess, look. Okay, I got it. We'll go 36. Wrapped around the neck of a dope boy. Go, yeah, Master Prezi diamond nose. And just pay cash for a Rolls Royce. A true, I don't sold everything. Trouble man, hustle gang, I'll go everything. I say trouble man, hustle gang, I'll go everything.
Now we on the dome. Big face rolling, take up half my arm. Porsche 911 with the Gabby top. All go, that's my magic box. Got this, my, give me 30 minutes, I'll be right with you. Got the, my, let me whip this here, I get it right to you. Turned up, think the knob is broken, I don't give. Preach dry as hell, this work high. You want what for a deuce, take it easy, man. I pay less for a pair of Yeezys, man. All I wanna know if I'm a bounce with her. Talking me to death like I'm a counselor. She pop the, yeah, I'm guessing. But if she throwing the, I'm catching. You with the silencer, you wanna rock that with the flies first. All go like Montana. Tony, it's all in my phantom. Ronnie, Young to Kill the Gold remix. Don't like it, damn 'em, young.
Gold all in my chain, gold all in my ring, gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just 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 watch. Gold all in my chain, gold all in my ring, gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Avon all on my hat, snakeskin all on my hat. Hit your girl with my chains on, so that's gold all on her back. Gold all on my watch. So big it's like a clock. Yeah. Some people wear fox fur on the source cover. I wore fox. Damn. This for all the DJs that got this on replay. Yeah, I celebrate on eBay, then I celebrate. Celebrate in every state. I'm in Miami with Wayne trying to skate. My family straight. Hey, about to have a ventilate. I owe a one. We did a 68. I say, my them ain't red bottoms, top bottom brown. My I'm on, not Bobby Brown. That's South Side up in here. Okay. I spell South with an F. L stand for y'all if you ain't with my set. Bro, for me and I'm bustin'. For me and I'm bustin'. Every time you see me, think about what it would be if I ain't do nothing. Damn right, I'm stuntin'. Damn right, I'm stylin'. Just got a girl chauffeur and we on a motorcycle and she driving. This Versace, that Versace, this Versace too. I got killers watching me too. See, I'm on, and I got my own lane. You need to mind your own business. It's 2 Chainz and Trinidad.
Chain. Gold all in my ring, gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just 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 watch.
Hey, Chain, I stand up. And if you I'm talking about you, yeah, she bought them. I swear.
Yeah, we are back right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where Excitement Meets Diversity 24/7. All right, guys. So there is a topic that is going around. It actually wound up on one of these little Business Insider sites. So I wanted to talk about it and just, hey, see what you guys think. So there's a young lady who is a therapist, kind of like Miss Janine. She went on TikTok and she would put out these TikToks and everything seemed to be fine. Now it seems like, well, not even it seems like, well, she put out a TikTok and apparently she got fired because of it. Now, I don't know exactly. No, okay. So the TikTok was, let me see if I can put it up here. Okay. So it says that there was a post that of her series of TikTok rants explaining that Black men lacked emotional intelligence, and she was fired. And she was fired because of that post. Now it says that Black men make up 90% of her clientele, and her main focus is building up the emotional intelligence of each client. She says in the video. So, but apparently she had this rant about Black men, and she got fired. And then she says Black men are the ones who got her fired. Reading this article, I don't see where it shows that Black men were the one who got her fired. So I don't know, like, what the, what information she has that says that that's the case. I'm not saying that that's untrue. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't say, Black men were the ones who called her bosses and got her fired or whatever. But she says in another video, in a video announcing her firing, she blames Black men angry about her comments for contacting her employer and reporting her social media posts. She told Insider she understands that her tone could have been better, but doesn't regret sharing her message online. So we are going to talk about that when we come back, because I think there's some interesting stuff here. So let's do that. Let's take this break, and then we'll come back and we will talk about it and see what you guys think right here on the Morning Rise with Variable Y, 106liveradio.com. Don't forget, you can give us a call, 404-464-8785, or of course you can hit me up on Facebook on Variable Y Live Radio Atlanta, or on Instagram and Twitter at Variable Y106. We will be right back.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Lupus Matters presents Conversations That Matter with Monica Ellis and friends. Join the conversation on matters related to entrepreneurship, relationship, health and wellness conditions like Tourette syndrome, autism, lupus, and so much more. They'll be addressing conversation questions relevant to their specific topics. You're welcome to call in on 404-646-8785. Conversations That Matter is broadcasting live every Wednesday, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern, powered by 106liveradio.com. Couples, single men, and women, are you ready? Save the date. The Epic Marriage Conference 2023 is coming back March 23rd through March 26th in Grenada. This year's theme, Roadmap to Intimacy. Make plans to be there, as there will be panel discussions, guest speakers, group activities, Q&A, and more. You don't want to miss this opportunity to join your hosts, Doctors Jason and Tanasha Gray, at the Epic Marriage Conference, March 23rd through 26th. For more information, call Source of Wellness Media at 678-237-2079 or email info@sourceofwellness.org. Need a financial representative in your corner? Well, Nadine Ellis of the World Financial Group is here to assist. The World Financial Group assists with debt management, retirement planning, protections such as life, health, and Medicare insurance, college planning, and even will and trust planning. Free financial workshops are available as the company is on a mission to educate 30 million families by 2030. Nadine can be reached at 770-559-1445. Come grow a strong financial house for yourself and your next generation.
All Nation Rocks Against Cancer presents their annual charity fundraiser, Cancer Warriors Fashion Extravaganza and Brunch at the Green Magnolia Hall, 4371 Marietta Street, Powder Springs, Georgia, 30127, on Sunday, October 9th from 2 to 5 p.m. Presenting are Miss Monica Kaufman Pearson, Dr. Tanasha Gray, and Latanya Sugar Lips Shields. Brunch is $45 per person, $85 per couple, and $25 per person with reserved seat. The deadline is October the 1st. All proceeds will support women fighting against cancer. For more information, go to Eventbrite and enter Bald Nation Rocks Against Cancer. We'll see you there.
Hey friends, I am Carter Gray, and I am inviting you to stick and stay with us on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Let the band deal with this. MIA style. Old school. Okay. Shut up. Okay. What's up? Shut up. Okay. What's up? Okay. Shut up. Okay. What's up? Shut up. Okay. What's up? Right around in my brand new 99. Photo, Volvo. I got a pocket full of bees. They ain't got no place to go, though. But all my boys, they know, though. That's for sure, though.
Are those bigger boy jeans you're wearing?
Hell nah, you know they polo. I've been used again, accused again. This time been wrong with y'all for something done by one of my usual friends. Soon as they seen the mess, hate the season was in. Hell, cause they feeling me, but I understand and they reason being. But I'm the man for this. While y'all was doing fine, I was doing time, just praying for this. Locked up, make a plan for this. Without all that fancy. Way too advanced for this. Got polo socks, tank tops, and drawers up under my plans. Shut up, okay, what's up? 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 Shut up.
Okay, what's the bad? Been real, been rich, been had this. Big biz, big houses. That's right, okay, I've been down with Trick. Okay, that makes sense to me, cause if your money ain't right, you speaking French to me. Mistreated, don't play with me. Or you can say this, it's okay with me. You need a grant to speak to me. Okay, now you sure you wanna speak with me? Okay, you better be for sure, cause I done left like you stuck before. Okay, you can ball with me, since you got a hot and I spend it all with me. Okay, I know what's up. Okay, I ride, shut up.
Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, what's up?
This gon' shine rose in the pretty gas up. What's up? CEO got a verse in the book of thugs. So when I come through, show me love. If you like that float and raise it up, you got that funk and blaze it up. I got 2 rolls in the fat. Late night, I'm ready to bust. Are you okay? Look like you got a lot to say. Okay, come with it. He high, what you do that for? Me and money, my business hit it. Business split it. Okay, playboy. You say, boy, don't need much, bring your around seat. Y'all better quit with me. Shut up.
Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, what's up? Shut up.
Lay down, playboy, what's up? What you got the slug in your head or your gut? What's up with the keys to the truck? Your old lady say you got bees in the club. What's up with the safe with the combo? Open that conversation. What's up with your Haitian? Probably got birds in the safe house waiting. What's up? Where you store the D? I ain't got but the quarter key. You better not be playing me. You gon' bleed that. You understand me? What's up? You ready to go? You wanna tongue kiss with the blue fofo? What's up? Say something. You go cry. You ready to spray something? Gunplay, how I got the stripes. 2, 4, play, turn out the lights. Gunplay, how I got the stripes. 2, 4, play, turn out the lights.
Okay, what's up? Shut up. 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 Okay, what's up? Shut up.
.106liveradio.com.
Yeah, people, we are back right here on the Morning Rise, the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com. We're Excitement Meets Diversity 24/7. So we were talking about the therapist who got fired, apparently by black men. According to her, she was saying that she put out a rant. She puts out a couple of rants on her TikTok. And, one of them was that black men lack emotional intelligence. And I think it was piggybacking off of an article that said that men are, more and more single or increasingly becoming single or something crazy like that. And she was saying that, black men, they lack emotional intelligence. Now, a couple of things about this, and a couple of reasons why I wanted to bring this up. I don't want to ever discount anybody's experience, and say that they're wrong or they did anything wrong, because I just don't think that that's fair. So if this is the case, then that's really, really messed up that anybody would go out of their way to get this young lady fired. That's just wrong, right? Like, this doesn't really paints us in the best light, guys, right? This doesn't really make us look good at all. This doesn't make us look like, this doesn't discount anything that she said, right? This does seem like something that's very emotionally intelligent. It does seem something like that's very emotionally immature. And this seems just very vindictive for no reason. Now, and here's another side. And I've looked through this article, and I've tried to look because I've actually seen this young lady's TikTok, because it's a bunch of other people are bringing it up as well. And I've tried to look, and I've tried to find the information where it says that this is exactly what happened, or this is the person who did it, or anything like that. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything that says that this is the reason why she got fired, or this person got her fired. But I'm trying to trying to be correct in the way I say this, but I guess I just have to say it as best I can. I feel that this is yet another way that we are pulled, pitted against each other, right? And again, if people want to use their platform for however they want to use it, that's really none of my business, right? So she makes the post about, hey, black men, you need to be a little bit more emotionally intelligent, and singling us out specifically, right? Yeah, that in one way, I'm sure that kind of could rub a lot of people the wrong way, especially if 90% of her clientele is black. It could, black men specifically, that could rub a lot of people the wrong way. And then now it's like, yeah, black men, y'all got me fired because y'all are not emotionally intelligent enough to accept what I'm saying. So now black men got you fired too. So again, this just seems like, and I could be wrong, but this just seems like another thing to cause division. And again, if I'm wrong, then that's cool, right? If you want to say variable, no, that's not what she meant, or no, that's not what is happening here, then again, that's perfectly fine. I will accept that, and I am happy to be wrong in that aspect. But just for the record, it does seem like this is something that is actually doing more division, just to be honest with you. Yeah, I can't see how I can't see how this brings us together. You know, I don't see what this can do to get us to say, you know what? No, you're right. Like we're gonna come together on this one. I don't see that. You know, like, I mean, because here's what happens, right? Black men, you are not emotionally intelligent. You know, black men, and then black men come out and you know, get her fired. Oh, you black men have gotten me fired, and now black men come back and do something, and it's just this back and forth. And it's the same way again on TikTok. It's the same exact way. You know, the men, you know, the women have come to her defense, and now it's just like, okay, so I mean, so what do we do now, right? Do we just continue to argue amongst ourselves? Like, do we have any way to reconcile this? Do we have any way to, you know, do we have any way to say, well, no, this is not necessarily the case. You know, let's try to move on. Let's try to heal from this. Do we have any way to do that? I don't think so. I don't think there's any way to heal from this. I really don't. You know, I think this is something that is going to harm a lot of people, right? And again, I don't think that it's just something as simple as saying, hey, you this group of people, get your stuff together, and then we'll come back and we'll be better in the long run. No, I think it really does more harm than good. Not to say that she shouldn't share that, right? Not to say that, because if you got somebody fired from their job just because she was, you know, she was sharing her experience and she was trying to let everybody know how things happen, how this is going on, how this works, then that's wrong, right? That's wrong, and there should be no place for that. And there should be no excuse for that, right? Like, I mean, people's livelihood, again, some of you out there, you know, you really are just a very special subset of people if you're always trying to go after somebody's livelihood. It's uncanny just how ridiculous you are doing this. But that being said, you know, when your platform is, or supposed to be, hey, I'm here for our people, I'm here to uplift us, I'm here to do this, I'm here to take care of us this way and do all this, then there should be a real effort being made to say, yeah, that was messed up. Yeah, there are some of you out there who got me fired, but you know what? Like, I'm gonna still do what I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna continue to try and uplift us and all of that, because again, I think that uplifts. Now, I could sound like, you know, a lot of other people who are like, yeah, but you should just say, and if that's the case, then, you know, I'm here for the conversation, right? I'm here for the perspective. I'm here for the education that could take place. So definitely, if you would like to, or if you think that I need it, then please feel free to educate me on this. But, you know, I don't know. I don't think this brings us together. You know, I don't. I think that this definitely could create some division within us, and it could make us feel like we're just not all on the same page. This could continue to divide our community, and this is, you know, it could continue to divide our community and not be something that we can you know, that we can heal from. Just one man's opinion. But again, I don't want anybody to get fired over anything like this. I do wish people would understand, though, like, on your social media, you know, just be prepared. Like, if you're going to come out and say something, and I'm not saying this right. I am saying this right on your social media. I'm not saying this specific is right, but I am saying this right on your social media. Again, it's at this point, again, it's a you want to talk about emotional intelligence. It's an emotional intelligence thing at this point, right? It's the same way as they say in sports about like either the NFL or the NBA's drug test. You know, it's not a drug test at that point. It's an intelligence test because you know when the test is happening, you know when it's coming. So you have an opportunity to get all that out of your system. But if you still fail, then again, it's just a lack of intelligence. And I feel the same way about this, about anything on social media. You know, by now it's 2022. I got off of social media in 2013. I started on MySpace back in 2007 or 8. So doing this kind of stuff for the world to see, it's been around long enough that everybody should know by now. You can't really put that stuff out there at a job and not think you're going to get fired. Plenty of people have been fired over this kind of stuff. So you should know better. But again, I'm not saying that excuses anybody for trying to get somebody fired. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have the right to say what you think or try to help us in any way you can. I'm not saying that either. All I'm saying is two things. One, I think you should be smarter than to share very controversial things on social media. And two, I don't know how this helps us by, outwardly saying that, especially saying that with no solution. But maybe she had a solution. Maybe it was just, hey, you guys lack emotional intelligence. You want to get that emotional intelligence? Here. Here's my information, get my services. Maybe, I don't know. We may have to have Miss Janine on to talk about that a little bit later on. But right now, let's get into some music before we wrap this thing up right here on the Morning Rise with Variable Y on 106liveradio.com. Cut myself out early. Where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
AMG 63s. I tell all my rake it up, break it down, bag it up. Rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up. I tell all my rake it up, break it down, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, rake 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 it up. I made love to a stripper. First I had to tip her 20,000 once. She said I'm that. I said I'm that. I already know it. I come with bad weather. They say I'm a storm. VVS is in my charm. That's a Rockefeller chain. I was sending bricks to Harlem back when Jay was still with Dame. I'm in for leave child. I gotta protect on. Okay. Got a stripper with me. She picked up the check. She gon' hook it up, hook it up, hook it up. She don't need makeup. She gon' rake it up, rake it up, rake it up. Tell her to pay up. She said pay. Wait for the wait. Ask God to forgive me. Cause I pray for the. I tell all my rake it up, break it down, bag it up. Rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up. I tell all my rake it up, break it down, bag it up, bag it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up. Rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up.
Brought out the pink Lamborghini, just a race with China. What the race to China? Just a race in China. Little bad Trini, but she mixed with China. Real thick, smuggle bricks to China. I tell all my numbers, cut the check, bust it out. Turn your goofy down, pow. I'ma do splits on it, yeah, splits on it. I'm a bad bitch, I'ma throw fits on it. I'ma bust it open, I'ma go stupid and be a ditz on it. I don't date honey. Cookie on tsunami. All my niggas wife me once they get that good. I think he need the bunny. I might just let him find me. Never trust a big butt and a smile work the Ronnie. Rep queens like Supreme. Ass Web and Nitty. Ass been me and Joe. Working from me my dog. This game is freezing like it waiting the cow. Nickname is Nikki, but my name ain't a cow.
I tell all my rake it up, break it down, bag it up. Rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up. I tell all my rake it up, break it down, bag it up, bag it up, rake 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 it up. rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up. Well, I'm the dope boy, the one they talking about. All these gossiping got my name in their mouth. I know the bad, but no too. They should once a month. Could deal with these. Do you a here? And you should expose you. All that pillow talking, deal with the. Do you a here? Word to my short. We won't never write no statement. We ain't showing up in court. We don't do no gossiping. We don't do no arguing. We don't beef on social sites. We just hit our target. We don't do no rumors. We don't pay no shooters. You a little bitty. You should work at Hooters. You a old hater. You a cougar. You a here. Then y'all like twin sisters. Respect your hustle. Get your money, baby. Win with us. Your boyfriend acting like a. Then why you still with I tell all my. Rake it up. Break it down. Bag it up. Rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag 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 it up. I tell all my what? Rake it up, break it down, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, rake 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 it up.
Minute, more. How many girls from the club wanna go? I know you see it. I know.
Keep us locked in for your favorite hits. Only on 106 Live Radio.
I know you see it. I know you see it.
Now you can call me Tip Drill, playing my song. Throw a couple ones, then she throw away her thongs. When she bust it open, take a picture with my phone. She love my cologne, call it poop by the zone. And now she jogging, it's going down. Slap the waitress on the booty, tell her get another round. And when I make it rain, money all over the ground. Fresh Force One, Sean John button down. And then I'm like, oh boy, my clique full of stars. Big boat, big chicken, big car. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I'ma need 4 freaks, cause I need more than one. I know how many girls from the club wanna go. I know you see it. I know you see it. You're like Bill, bam. I know you want some. She chewing on the tree like a piece of bubble yum. I know you see it. I know you see it.
I'm like any, mine, more. How many players in the club won't go? I know you see it. I know you see it. And I'm like, damn, I know you want some. You're chewing on the pudding like a piece of bubble yum. I know you see it. I know you see it.
My cup on full, fitted on lean. Jeans sag low, my wrist game mean. It's your birthday set, girl, what you gon' do? Pop a couple bottles just to pour it on you. If you with it, I'm with it. Gon' let me know. Throw the money in the air, watch it fall like snow. I know how to work a pole. Climb to the top, bring it down real slow. Oh, damn, look who just called. My homie Big Block say we finna buy it all. The Chris, the Goose, Patron, lime juice. When the DJ play this record, everybody get loose. Go dumb. Shout it, what's up? Where you from? Shout it, throw it up. I know you see it. I know you see it. I'm like, Bill, I know you want some. She chewing on the tree like a piece of bubble yum. I know you see it. I know you see it.
I'm like any, mine, more. How many players in the club won't go? I know you see it. I know you see it. And I'm like, damn, I know you want some. You're chewing on the pudding like a piece of bubble yum. I know you see it. I know you see it.
Mine, more. How many girls from the club wanna go? I know you see it. I know you see
I'm like any, many, mighty, more. How many players in the club won't go? I know you see it. I know.
Calvin Ridley.
Did you have a bad week or a bad weekend? Well, I hope it wasn't as bad as today's recipient of the Calvin Ridley Award. What is the Calvin Ridley Award, you might ask? This is the award named after someone so dumb they spent $1,500 to lose $11 million. Brought to you by Variable Y on the Morning Rise.
Boo! Hey, you with the afro! Give it a rest! Beat it!
I was I couldn't find the thing to bring myself back up. All right, people, Calvin Ridley Award. So, like we were talking about, man, I think this one is pretty simple, really. I think you know what we talked about earlier, the quiet quitting people. Excuse me, anybody who is against people, quote unquote, quiet quitting or whatever. Anybody who has anything to not anybody who has anything to say, but anybody who can't understand that this is actually something that people will do because it's helping them, right? They're not working for, you know, they're not I mean, the odds of them becoming CEO, the odds of them becoming CEO are slim to none of somebody else's company, right? So what do you expect them to work so damn hard for? Again, just because you had to do it, so what? No one cares, B. Like, I don't care what you had to do, man. Like, this ain't your world, dog. It's just not. Just let it go. You know, it kills me. You kill me. You're killing me, Smalls. So yeah, man, those people, those are the ones who are getting the Calvin Ridley Award today. Because again, man, just leave people alone. You know, like, you don't want anybody doing anything for you that they don't want to do. They just don't, right? If they don't want to do it, then you don't want them. You know, just trust me. Just leave them alone. Like, I don't understand everybody's incessant need to try and make people do things that they don't want to do, and you know, think that people are just going to just roll over and take it. No, those days are over. So any of you who feel that way about these people not wanting to work and not wanting to quiet quit, you get the Calvin Ridley Award today. So good for you. All right, people. So y'all know what that means, man. We are here to do our shout outs. So let's go ahead and get those done. Shout out to Mama and Papa Variable. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Shout out to Brother and Sister Variable. Thank you. Love you. Shout out to very quiet in the chat today. No one really checked in the chat today. Don't know what's going on. Didn't see Rome. Didn't see John. Didn't see Trey. Didn't see Will. Didn't see Miss Cece. Nobody. So but I hope you guys are okay. Shout out to you guys. You know, I love you guys anyway, even when you don't check in on the chat. Who else did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Did I say Mrs. Variable? Mrs. Variable and Variable Children. Shout out to you guys as well. Again, doing school drop-offs tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna do a pre-tape show. And then of course we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll do a live show on Wednesday. Maybe we'll have Miss Janine. I don't know, because y'all know how she is, but whatever. If we don't have her, we'll still come out here. We'll still make it happen. You know, we'll still make it great like we always do right here on the Morning Rise, the Variable Y. So you guys, again, love yourself and respect yourself for two reasons. Number one, you deserve it. Number two, when you love and respect yourself, you love and respect others. The Tanasha Gray Show is up next. That is my time, people. I'm gone. Peace.
And I'ma keep running 'cause I love it. She tell me give 'cause she love